Prince Charles once said that the forests are the Earth's air conditioning system, and we are on the verge. Forests that cover our hillsides and valleys seem as if they have been there forever. However, when we see the impact that humans have caused, a new story emerges. For instance, the Connecticut forest landscape has dramatically changed since the European settlement, including large-scale land clearings for agriculture, hurricanes, and wildfires. In 1633, it is estimated that 90 to 95% of Connecticut was covered with forest. The colonists gradually cleared up the land by 75% by the mid-1800s. It had been converted to pasture or was plowed for food production. Currently, the remaining quarter of the state is being used for furniture, homes, tools, and etc. Forests are one of Earth's most valuable assets. They provide raw material to maintain important industries. They provide habitats for a variety of wildlife, and they prevent us from having flooding and erosion, and they also capture solar energy to create oxygen. This is only a small amount of what forests do for us. They are truly the lungs of our planet, and we must protect them. To put it in numbers, the world's rainforest will be completely gone in the next hundreds of years. Can you believe that? Also, the rate of deforestation equals to about 20 football fields being cut down every minute. Almost 50% of the Earth's original forests have been destroyed from the past 3 decades. We must find a solution to this problem and find it fast before we don't allow our future generation to enjoy the gifts of our forests. And remember, we don't have any planet B, so we must find a solution, and the solution is forest regeneration. Forest regeneration will manage our resources better, create a livable and sustainable community, and benefit the physical geography of our Earth. Firstly, forest regeneration is creating a livable community. Successful regeneration ensures a livable, sustainable community because it helps the country's economy, it creates a better environment, and keeps traditions alive. Believe it or not, forest regeneration actually helps the country's economy. Canada has a huge amount of tourists come every year, and they come to enjoy and admire Canada's natural beauty. Many people travel to Canada's forests throughout the year to relax, hike, camp, and birdwatch. Canoeing are one of the few recreational activities that our forests offer. Tourists also come to enjoy the scenery, wild plants, the animals, and culture. Ecotourism is one of Canada's fastest growing industries, and this is a huge economic benefit to Canada. This proves that forests help with the country's economy, and this creates a livable environment. Forest regeneration also helps the country's environment. In fact, did you know that 20% of our oxygen comes from the Amazon forest? Forests are natural cleansers. They provide us with an abundant amount of oxygen and take in pollutants like carbon dioxide. Forests also clean the soil, reduce the wind, store and recycle nutrients, and prevent flooding and erosion. Forests reduce the effects of global warming and moderate temperature. A great deal of wildlife also depends on the forests for their habitats, their shelter, and their homes. This shows that the forests add to the Earth's biodiversity and help protect ecosystems, which will lead to a healthy environment, which will also lead to a livable community for all. Alongside this, forest regeneration has many cultural benefits. According to the article First Nations and Forest Lands, the Aboriginals believe that they have a spiritual connection with the forest. Forests also share a cultural and traditional aspect to them. For instance, in Canada, our Aboriginal people believe the forest to be their home, hunting land, and ceremonial soil. The traditional activities also rely on the forest. For example, fishing, picking foods, and etc. This proves that the forests also play a strong role in cultures and are part of livable communities. Forest regeneration helps manage our resources because it reduces extraction in the primary industries, it preserves resources for the future, and makes the planet last longer. Trees are the most important constituents of the ecosystem by absorbing carbon. This is because forest regeneration will prevent us from consuming our resources faster than it can be developed. If we continue cutting down forests at this rate, we will jeopardize our future and Earth's survival. By regenerating forests, we are creating a renewable energy source that can help sustain life now and in the future. Regeneration also preserves these resources for the future. This is because a man doesn't plant a tree for himself. He plants it for the future. If we keep regenerating our forests as we extract resources from the forest, there will not be a time where we won't have trees, because we are keeping a balance between extracting and using our resources. Lastly, forest regeneration also helps Canada's physical geography. Forest regeneration helps prevent soil erosion, it helps protecting wildlife by giving it a habitat, and also prevents drought and flooding. Forest regeneration prevents soil erosion. This is because forests are rich in vegetation, herbs, shrubs, and trees. The trees in the forest hold the topmost layer firmly by their roots. This causes no natural forces like wind, water, to carry away the most fertile layer of topsoil. Hence, forests prevent soil erosion. Erosion is a form of soil degradation. One can prevent soil erosion by planting more and more trees. Forest regeneration can also help prevent floods and droughts. Planting trees can reduce the damage of floods and droughts. This is because forests can retain excess water, prevent extreme runoffs, and reduce the damage of flooding. They can also help reduce the effects of droughts. Forest regeneration also helps in protecting wildlife. This is because it gives them habitat, shelter, water, and food. If the forest didn't exist, a lot of the animals and creatures living in the forest would die. And this wouldn't be good for our food chain, and this would also ruin the physical geography and natural beauty of Canada. In order to fix this problem, we must start at the top. The government. The government needs to start educating and informing all of us and why this problem is an issue. This issue needs to be solved now, and it needs to be solved quick. And that's why we need to create an atmosphere for change. Moving on to our communities. We must rally together because strength is in numbers. Next is our communities. We must focus on rallying together because strength is in number. Imagine if all of us came together and just planted one tree. By one tree, we would just all together make a forest. And that forest will make a better impact on society. And now, it's about you. So what can you do? This is a problem that starts with you, but doesn't end with you. We all need to participate and create a chain that will make everybody else participate and help in regaining all of our forests again. In conclusion, livable and sustainable communities come from economic, social, and environmental advancement. If we continue to regenerate our forests, we are going to have a great social environment in Canada. That is because many Native people are spiritually connected to the forest. Also, forest regeneration will benefit our environment because we will create clean air to breathe and will reduce diseases in the air, and also we will create a sustainable ecosystem. In terms of the economy, forest regeneration will greatly benefit Canada because many tourists come to Canada for its natural beauty, and if we don't have that, we have nothing. Forest regeneration also helps us manage our resources. This is because Canada's main export is wood, and if we keep on using our wood faster than we can produce it, we eventually won't have any left. First, we change our home, then we change our street, then we change our community, and then we change the country. And once we've changed the country, we'll change the world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great evening.